So you're logged in, maybe you're in a project, and let's take a look at the interface where you're going to assemble your video. So at the top, you have My Video. You have this menu here that has the 3 lines that shows some important things you should be aware of, such as save, that this does auto-save your work, but it is a good idea to come here every once in a while and save it in the event that something happens, that you're disconnected and it didn't get a chance to save your latest edits. It does auto-save in Wevideo, but not as often as, say, Google. Also, I just want to say that you would probably want to stay away from switch to storyboard because this changes your editing tools. And if you started in, say, this timeline view, which this is the timeline down here, you would not want to switch over to the storyboard view. You may lose some of the items you've already created. There are themes that you can apply to a video, and then linked resources, something that might have been in the project itself, like a Google Doc. We're going to start here looking at stock media, My Media, text, audio, transitions, and backgrounds. And all of these things will help you assemble your video down here on this timeline area, where we have the playhead, and you can see the blue line will represent where you are in the video when you're creating it. So just like when you're making or watching a video on YouTube where it starts at the beginning, we have the 0 mark here. So this is the beginning, and it goes to the right where it increases by seconds. So you can be very granular in how you edit it, where you can have 5 seconds of this and 10 seconds of that. Maybe you have, a specific, a beginning of your video and you want to have titles. That's all possible from here. So we're going to start by assembling a quick video, and I'll ask you to do this while I'm doing it. So you may have to pause the video while you're watching. Click on stock media. It may just have the star there. These are videos, pictures, and audio clips that you can put into your project. So you can filter by category, just looking for videos about a certain subject, images, or audio. So if I wanted to look up Paris, it doesn't really matter. I'm looking here at what Wevideo has in terms of some stock footage that I can use. So I can see some videos here because I see a time that this is 17 seconds of video. Here's 8 seconds. I can click on it to see a preview of it, and that was just 1 click. I can favorite it too by clicking on the heart. Say I was looking for the Eiffel Tower. I can, if I want this clip, I can click on it and drag it down into video 1. I would say assemble most of your video clips in video 1, and we'll get to what video 2 is used for in a little bit. But use video 1 for now. You can see that each of these tracks are layered, and that you can have multiple things happening at the same time in the video. This is your volume control, and then you have 3 dots for editing specifically, like blocking a track, soloing it, like when you're playing it back, you only want to see that one. And then showing levels is actually showing you any sound levels that you can kind of adjust as you're playing it. But as it stands, I can just click on the space bar right now and preview it, and I can see it moving ahead in time here, and I kind of helped it there. And I also see the preview here in this window, so I could go to either place to edit it. Let's just say that I wanted a picture now. So I'm going to scroll down and find a picture that kind of matches it. So the pictures would not have any kind of time on it. Okay, I can click and drag that down and see how it's outlined in green. It's sort of, giving the approval there, because if I were to drag this down into the audio track, which is just for audio, it doesn't like that. So it kind of gives you that visual green that you're good to go there. What I invariably want to do sometimes is maybe change the length of the track. Like maybe this was too long. I didn't want that long of a sequence with the Eiffel Tower. What I could do is I could edit it a couple different ways. So this is editing. This is just basic stuff. I could go to the edge or to that clip itself, the one I want to edit, and click on it once so that there's an outline and it's orange. And then when I move my cursor over to the end of it, if I wanted to, kind of shorten it, I could click down on my trackpad and drag it to the place where I want it to end. Let's just say I liked beginning and everything, but I just wanted it to be shorter. That would be one way. What I like about this is that if I maybe say dragged it in too much and I wanted it out a little bit, I didn't delete it. It's still all there. I'm just sort of rolling it up and rolling it back out. But when it's, with the other clips, it definitely is shortened then. And then you can see the change once it goes into the picture. Okay. Another way that I can change the length of the video is, and I'm going to drag it out so you can see that, I can go to where I want to cut it. And this is selected, and here I have a little scissor here. I can split these two parts of it in half, wherever that playhead is, and click on the scissor. And now they are two different clips. I can actually drag this at the end if I wanted to, and put it on the track here, wherever I wanted. Another way I can edit is I can double click, and this is not really the length of it, but the quality of it. Like if I wanted to, a rotation or flipping it around, or I can, zoom in. Maybe I wanted it to be a little bit zoomed in on a certain part of that video. I can zoom there. I can crop it. I can animate it. So this is sort of like your Ken Burns effect, where you have you put it, you have it the way you want it at the start. You can see how when I have my cursor over here, it turns into a kind of like a plus sign, so I can move this around. And then maybe at the end, I want it to zoom in to a certain part. Okay, and maybe that's going to be my my animation. We'll see the result when I'm done changing or saving changes. I can change the color. I can do keying. I'm not going to get into that now, but that's like your green screen. And then I can actually speed it up and slow it down if I want it to, be kind of like sped up so that, I get an effect there. I can click on Save Changes. And remember, I had some animation. So you can see now that it is zooming in based on the edit that I did in animation. So, you would put your clips down here that you would find in the stock media. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to get into how to upload your own media that you may have on your computer.